So about 4 months ago, my husband and I became vegan. And since then, I've just been looking at different recipes on Instagram, Pinterest, other websites. We've been researching a lot of documentaries. So just gathering a bunch of ideas to see what works best for my husband and I. So came up with this recipe, and it's a curry recipe, and we can just get right into it. So the curry recipe consists of, I already diced and I peeled and cubed 2 sweet potatoes and then chopped up a medium-sized onion. So basically look at the size of these sweet potato and onions here. These are the ones I used. And we are going to add some chickpeas to the dish. And I'll talk about the seasoning later outside of the curry. And about 1 cup of canned tomatoes. If you have fresh tomatoes, you can use that. I just had canned tomatoes readily available. And veggie broth. Yeah, vegetable broth. So let's get started too. Everything is already prepped. Let's get this going. We're gonna have this going on about low to medium heat. I already added about a tablespoon of coconut oil in there, so it's already a little bit melted. And we'll just slowly add this in here. So for this dish, I'm using a ceramic pot, but honestly, you can use whatever pot you want to. This is just my favorite pot in the house. I got it as a gift for my wedding. So definitely love this pot. And oh, if I haven't mentioned this before, prior to cooking, make sure you wash your hands, FYI. So we got this going too, and we're just going to have this on about low to medium heat. And I just want to stir it up just to make sure it's good and ready, and just place that to the side. I'm going to talk about the spices that I use for the sweet potato and then just for this dish. So like I said before, primarily curry dish, so a lot of curry. I put about 2 tablespoons of curry in the sweet potatoes. And then one of my other favorite spices is the 5-spice Chinese powder. Love this, tastes so good. And then when my husband and I traveled last year, we went to Abu Dhabi, Dubai. We got some good spices from there too. So this Tandoori Masala, love this too. So if you can grab some of it, I would definitely recommend it. It kind of just brings everything together. So while everything is simmering too, let's check back on this. I might crank it up to medium just to make sure. You should be like smelling all the different spices by now. It's so freaking good. All right, we're gonna add some veggie broth to it. So like I said before, 1 cup of veggie broth, just added to it, and good to go. I think I got the idea from looking at different Instagram pages and Pinterest. So I love curry in general. And we had all the sweet potatoes. So I was like, oh, let me blend everything together, because I've done like a chickpea and lentil dish before with curry. So I was like, oh, let me just incorporate like sweet potatoes in it too. So now we're going to add chickpeas to it. Again, everything is already prepped. I added the same spices I added to the sweet potato and to the chickpeas already, just because I like to season things before. So we'll just add that in too. And again, just have everything stirring up. Good. So I'm going to crank it up a little bit, and I'm going to put my top on here to have it simmer. And it should simmer for like, I would say about 15 minutes, just so it gets a little bit, just a little soft, I guess. It smells so good. So while this is still cooking, just want to let you know that I did boil some white rice already, just to put at the bottom. So basically the dish is going to be, in a bowl or a plate. We'll have a bed of rice, and then we'll just ladle in some of this sweet potato curry stew, or whatever you want to call it. So you can use, I'm using white rice. You can use brown rice if you really want to, or even rice noodles too. So basically make this your own dish. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. So depending on the type of stovetop you have, you might want to just monitor it too. So it's been exactly 16 minutes for me too. And if you can see too, the sweet potatoes are nice and tender, and that's what I'm looking for. And Oh my gosh, it just smells so good too. So also in the 15 minutes, make sure you are stirring it. You don't want any type of brown or burntness at the bottom. So definitely stir it depending on the type of pot you have. So I was stirring it about every 3 to 5 minutes just to make sure that nothing gets stuck to the bottom. So, all right, last few items to add to the dish. Like I said before, this is about 1 cup of canned tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes if you want to. I'm just using canned tomatoes because it's readily available for me. So we're just going to pour that in. Okie dokie. And I just always like to stir it around just to make sure everyone gets a little bit of loving, a little tomato loving. And then we add our can of coconut milk too. So a just standard can of coconut milk. You can use whatever brand you like, whatever preferred brand you like. And we're just going to pour that in. Yeah, see how everything just gets quiet too. And then we just start stirring it around. And yeah. We're going to simmer this for about 5-10 minutes just to make sure everything is kind of blended. All the spices are married together too. I definitely recommend to kind of taste and, season if you need more seasoning. One thing you may have noticed or you may have not noticed that I didn't add any salt. I try to stay away from salt. So if you need to add some salt, definitely that's on you. Definitely recommend to do that if that's something you like to add to your dishes. But we're just going to slowly stir this around, get it to a nice simmer for 5 to 10 minutes, and the dish will be done. I'm going to have some pictures posted of the final kind of I would say presentation of the dish too, with this stew on the bed of rice, kind of add some nice fun to it. But this is it too. And if you realize, like, it doesn't take that long too. And if people are new to kind of the vegan life, I would recommend slowly incorporating vegan dishes into your diet. I recommended to one of my friends, like Meatless Mondays. Start off that way. I truly have seen the benefits of moving to a vegan, plant-based lifestyle. My cholesterol was really high before that, and I thought it was kind of absurd too because I worked out, I ate pretty healthy, but when I removed all meat products and just had a plant-based diet, my cholesterol went right back down to normal. So I'm definitely not going back to eating any type of meat products. I'm going to be in this lifestyle for the rest of my life, and I truly love it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, just message me, and yeah, look out for some more videos.